Hello, in this video I'll show you how to edit the fonts on the Glory website platform. Alright, today we're going to go into the Contact Us page. Now let's say I wanted to edit these fonts right here. Maybe I don't like the style, or maybe it's bold and I don't want it bold. So what you do is you just highlight where you want to edit. Let me go ahead and edit this section right here. You see the wrench right there? You go ahead and click up on the wrench. Now if you click on the wrench and it starts flashing like that, just slide your mouse up a little bit and click on the wrench. Then it comes up over here in this little text editor. First, what you're going to see is the General tab. We have a General tab, a Style tab, and an Advanced tab. The General tab is where you want to enter all your information. You can type it all in there. You can highlight it and delete it, or you can add to it. You can also highlight everything here. You can justify it centered, just like so. You see how it centers instantly right here. You can justify it over to the right, so it's got a straight line here. You can justify it over to the left, it's got a straight line here, and you can actually see the changes that you make in real time. Now let's say you wanted to add a link. All you do is you highlight the word that you want to add a link to, or hot link, then come up here and click this little chain. That's the link. Then it will give you this box. You add in the URL that you want to link that word to, and you can also click this cogwheel right here, and you can add the URL right there. You can change the link text if you want right here. And then you can decide whether or not you want to open the link up in a new tab, or if you don't check that, it will leave your website and go to your linked page right over the top of your website. So I'm going to cancel out of this because I do not want to link it. And the next area I want to show you is this Style button right here. So click on Style, and then down here you have the font style. You have style and spacing, and you also can add shadows to it. Now keep in mind we are editing this box only right here. If we wanted to edit this box or this box, we would hit the wrench on those boxes. So let me go ahead and go into font right now. This is the font family that's available. There's a default, you see how it all changes? And you can scroll down and go through all these different types of fonts and choose the one that you like best. There's Arial. Over here is the weight of the font. Now on General over here, you saw there was bold and italicized right there. Well, you actually can adjust it all right here. The weight, you've got light, normal, and bold. We can see right now it's on light. Here's normal, which Arial doesn't have a normal. If it only has a light and a bold, that's all it will change. If it has 3 different thicknesses, then you will be able to change all thicknesses. And then bold. You see how it all bolds up right there? Okay, and then over here we have the font at 24 pixels right now. We can make it smaller, 18 pixels. You can see how it's much smaller. We can make it much larger. You also have a scroll bar here. You can scroll it up or scroll it down, whatever looks best for you. You see how that works? Okay, so I'm going to put this back at 24. Okay, now I'm going to close out of the font family and open up the style and spacing. Now the spacing is how wide you want the letters. Let's say we want the spacing in further. See how it shrinks in a bit? You can squeeze more words inside of a smaller space, or you can space them out further, like so. I'll go ahead and just delete all this so it is on default. And then down here we have text shadow. Now if we want to add a shadow to here, all we do is we choose the color we want. Let's say I want to add red. Oh, whoop, let me get back here. Okay, red. Now you won't see a shadow until you put an X and a Y. Now X is going to be off to the right, I believe. Y is going to be down below, so it'll be shadowed off to the right if it's a positive X, and then below the text if it's a positive Y. If you do negative X, like -5, -5, it will go off to the left side. If you go -5 on Y, it'll go up higher. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so -5, you can see that the red is way too far off over there. Let me do just a -1. Okay, now it's got a little bit of red off to the left. Let me do a +1. Now it's got the red off to the right. Now the Y, if I did a 1, it's to the right and bottom. Now if I did a -1, it's to the right and top. If I did a -1, -1, the shadow is to the left and top. Okay, and then I can blur the shadow right here. And it also has a bar that you can see how it just blurs up however much you want. I'll go ahead and delete the shadow. And then we have an Advanced tab. In the Advanced tab, you set your margins, which is how close to this edge you want it, or how far to this edge you want it, how much padding you want on top and below all the text. I have it lined up right now to where it pretty much lines up with everything on this row. And then there's just other controls in here. There's animation. You can make this thing fade in. You can see how it fades in quick. You can have delays and how long it takes. Like that was quick. If you put this to 5, you'll see it fades in slowly. It takes 5 seconds. If you change that number to 1, it will fade in within 1 second. You can have it to where it slides to the left. You see how it slides there? Or slides to the right. But I'll go ahead and put none right there. I believe on this page I do have some animation on these two up here. So that's the basics on text editing. If you have any questions, feel free to submit the form in your admin area, and I'll respond to you ASAP. Okay, see you in the next video.